Welcome to the Ashleie Elaine podcast, where soul meets strategy, spirit meets systems, and healing becomes your legacy. This is a space for visionaries, healers, builders, my cycle breakers, and leaders who know they're here to create more than just ideas. They're here to build something that will last. We talk about all things from spirituality to healing, public health to birthing your soul purpose. So, whether you're birthing a program, intervention, a business, reimagining your current work, or reclaiming your whole life's rhythm, you are in the right place. Let's begin. You can't serve the people that you're called to serve if you are still hiding that version of you. This episode, we are diving into, and I talk about it often, embodying your truth. Because as we build out our programs, our interventions, all of those things, there's going to be a part of you that is able to connect with those people, with those stories, with those clients. So get your pen, get your paper, get your notebook, your tea, your coffee, all the things, get cozy, and let's dive in. What if your challenge in getting your program off the ground or getting your business started or attracting, finding, naming your soul client, your audience is because there is a part of you that you keep hiding that is the part that they need. This is why it's imperative for leaders to do their own healing work. This is why entrepreneurship is always talked about as its own spiritual and healing journey, because there is something so radical about knowing every single part of you, every depth of you, every flaw, every perfection, every makeup, every system, every pattern, process, all of it that can and will attract what it is and who it is, the narratives, the other stories that you were meant to hold space for, to heal, to connect with, all of that. This episode, we're going to dive into how embodying your truth is so imperative for the people that you are meant to service. Embodiment is important over than performance. We are done with leaders that are performing. We are done with people on social media performing. We want people that have embodied everything about them, every struggle, every challenge, everything, right? We don't want the leader that is still hiding, and then all of a sudden in the news now we're seeing that they've been doing some weird shit in the background. No, we want people that are real. The more real and honest you get with yourself, the deeper the connection, the deeper the impact you have on the people that you are called to service. The embodiment is what's going to build relationship, right? We want to build relationship. We don't want to just make the money. It's never about the money. The money is the energetic frequency in return on what we put out into the world, right? And this doesn't even mean like a service has to be put out. Sometimes you just showing up as your full authentic self is the energetic exchange in what you receive back. And that's all we're really asking, is that we as leaders, well, that's all I'm really asking, is that as leaders, we show up in our full authentic self. So when we are living from our truth, that is where the bridge is. The bridge is our truth, right? When I think about like the just my own personal journey and like j- the the impact, right? And sometimes I just don't know that I'm impacting people because I just like to show up as me. Like my daily affirmation now is me showing up is as me is the highest commodity, is the highest form of payment to myself first. Because that is going to attract everything that I want and need. That is going to attract the team, that is going to attract the clients, that is going to attract everything that I desire when I show up in my full self, messy and all. Fun and messy in all the right places. Living in my truth, owning all of those hardships, owning all of those joyful moments, owning all of those challenges is what becomes the bridge to healing, not just for myself, but for other people. We're called to be the bridge. We're called to be the connector between people and their greatest and highest version of themselves, what they are meant to do. So when we sit in our truth, when we embody that, right? When we and I'm thinking about when like I would be called emotional and it's just like I used to see that as a flaw and it would make me hide, and now I see it as like my superpower because I have the ability to feel. I enjoy being able to feel the I want to feel everything. It is a blessing and a joy to be able to feel all of the ranges of my emotions. Did I need to learn how to maneuver through that? Absolutely. And, right, because we don't say but, everything is yes and it's still a joy to be able to feel everything that this life has to offer. I never want to be so numb and zoned out that I miss everything that has happened, good, bad, and indifferent. And being honest with myself about the not the reality, but the depths of feel for me is what connects me to people, what allows me to empathize with people, what allows me to be present with other people's stories because I can connect. Like pain is always going to be the connector, and so is joy, but the experiences that are being experienced are are two completely different experiences, but the joy and the pain, the duality of those two things still exists within both stories, right? So those are the connectors. Emotions are where we connect with people. It's not to say that we have to like take on other people's emotions, right? And I think that's where the stability and the grounding, the emotional wealth comes into play because then you're able to separate yours from the other person's, but still hold the connection that is there, if that makes sense, right? So when we're talking about like trying to figure out who our soul client is, who our program is for, what is the story and the narrative that we are capturing, right? One, it's like we got to get, like, when we get off the surface of our own story, then we can meet people in the truth of theirs, the depths of theirs, and get to the root of what they actually need, and not what the surface is telling us that they need in this moment. What is it that they need that is going to undo the constant surface superficial need that is going to rewire their nervous system, rewire the foundation, the seed that was planted that brought them to where they are. And the only way we can do that as leaders is be able to do that with ourselves. Have you gotten off the surface of your own story, of your own needs, of your own emotions, and dug deep into the vulnerability with self, the connection of self, to feel and heal and look at the depths of your own needs in your story, your healing, so that you can connect properly with those people? Because no more are we like living in a time where people are buying services because you're pretty. Like, what is the depth? What is the root of the need, right? I'm thinking about, for example, if someone is selling like a face regimen, right? Like a face cleanser and the moisturizer and all of that, like the package. What is the connection of the story of that product to your audience, right? And then I'm thinking like someone that is the audience member having a struggle with their appearance and their self-confidence and, acne and all of those things. And this product is now something that not only clears up the surface need, but also helps with the deep rooted confidence challenge that that audience member has had. So everything is proven to work, from the regimen and the recipe. The Sorry, I had to shift for a minute, but now this product is not only meeting this client or this audience member or this, whatever you want to name them, on a branding and product level, but it's meeting them emotionally. Why? Because the founder and creator of that face product has digged into, like, they probably created this product from their own healing, right? Finding their own regimen and ways to build their confidence, clear up their acne, whatever that looks like. So when we are honest with our own selves and our truth, then we're able to really meet the people that we're called to service. So here's my question. What in your life are you still allowing shame to keep you in a hidden place? Where do you need to release the shame of a certain part of you so that you can meet that part of you fully and allow it to attract the soul client that you are called to service? Mhm. Another part of why embodying our story as leaders and business owners and program creators, all of that, is less about the branding and more about the resonance. We want to create impact. And yes, the branding is beautiful. It's our packaging. It's what attracts the people to us, right? The colors we use have a story. The logo has a story. The font has a story. The way, like, we choose our business cards has a story. The all of that has a story. And we want to build from the resonance, from the place of resonance, right? We want that emotional connection. You can also have that show up in your branding. Your branding is like the front line of that. If you recall, last month I talked about the brand guide and stuff, the brand guide and floor sets from when I worked at Victoria's Secret. A lot of that was storytelling with product. It had to be set up a certain way because it was telling a story. Is your branding telling the story of what that place is emotionally that you've been to connect with your audience? It was so, like, I loved it so much, like, especially around, like, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. You would see the story through the products, the way they were set up, the colors, how the mannequins were dressed, how they were placed, right? The lace and the satin and the robes and all of the things. Your branding can also connect to the resonance. All right. I love that I've like played with my branding so much, the colors, all of that, to where I finally found what I want my branding to do for other people. It's not doing anything for me. Like it does something for me, but I've allowed myself to move through the emotion and feels and the depths of the connection to self and to the colors that when I post certain things and I have the colors with it or the pictures, all of it, the way I do my branding is intentional because I want my audience to know that I am connected with them on a different level. That this isn't just about business. This is about how do we heal? How do we bring the gook and the things that are hurting us to the surface, heal it, and then transform it, transmute it into the longevity of services and programs and conversations that can be healing beyond our time here. So, three things I want you to remember. The embodiment of your story is how you are going to find and know and find who your soul client is. The embodiment of your story is how you are going to know and find your soul client. That living in your truth is going to be the flex and the bridge to everything on the other side for not just you but for your clients also. And that your branding needs to involve resonance and that it's resonance over branding, right? Focus less on the branding and more on the resonance. I hope this helped. I hope this like gave confirmation to something for somebody. Um when you heal, you the the deeper you connect to yourself, the more time you save. So much more time is saved. There's so many instances that I can recall where I just kept putting stuff out, but it didn't feel good. It didn't feel connected. I didn't really know who my client was. And as I kept saying yes to myself and digging deeper and allowing myself to love me and enjoy the things that I enjoy, talk about the things that I enjoy talking about, I started to connect more with who my client is. And it's other healers, it's other entrepreneurs, it's other people that are on the same journey as me, but need permission to heal and let go. The more you heal, the more time you save. It's wild. That is a wild concept. The more you heal, the more time you save. the more honest you become with yourself, the more time you save. That's crazy. I don't know why I'm having like a mind blown moment as I'm saying this. This is not in my notes at all. But it's so true. The more you heal and the more authentic you are, the more time you save. The more clarity you have, the more resonance you lead with. So beautiful. So so beautiful. I love you all for free. I love you all for free. Take care.